the St. Lawrence River.
This is stop number 5 for the Major League Fishing seasons.
This place is notorious for smallmouth bass, giant smallmouth bass. Looking forward to a good week.
Tremendous, tremendous smallmouth fishery. One of the best in the country. Lord, I put 3 bananas in the boat. That ain't good. That's what you call an organized mess. More important than tackle, water. So I get out there and I see where I like the lake level. And then I decide how much water I'm gonna drink. That way I know how much I need to use the bathroom. If I need the water to come up, then I drink a lot of water, and that way I can kind of raise the water level.
Starting route to 307A Water Street.
8 miles. The St. Lawrence. We've been here, I think this is my 5th time. No, actually my 6th time, because I fished in Everstart way back in the day when I was still in diapers. But I fished
7.9 miles. Turn right onto Chapman Street Road.
So rude, she interrupted me. I fished 4 elites here, and I've done well. I mean, only one I've done terrible in, and that's because I had 6 in my live well. I did, I had 6, so I used to be one of them guys that think, how in the world could you possibly do that? I did that, I did it here. And I did it because I was catching so dang many fish, and next thing you know, I lost count. First day of practice, I'm usually feeling a little confused. Because you got so much, I mean, you drive so far, which means you got so much time to think about things, and you change your mind a lot. Your mind's all over the place trying to figure out, what you're gonna do. And these fish may spawn out there on them islands for all I know. Just something I gotta figure out. It's just moving around till I figure out where they're at. I'm going through the bastistic process of theory of elimination. My first theory is half eliminated. I'll still try it. My next theory got eliminated by the coronavirus and not being able to fish in Canada. I thought them islands was in the U.S., but evidently they're not. The whole goal is to not run out of theories until one of them works. Pretty little smallmouth, he'll score. Good to get a bite, huh? Canada's still shut down with the coronavirus, so we cannot go into Canada. That's one thing that surprised me. I didn't realize how much I've actually fished in Canada in the past until I got here this time. And you're riding down there and you're looking at your GPS and you're like, crap, like driving up here, there's a set of islands that I just knew was in the US, and I've caught a lot of fish off them islands in the past. That was like, I'm gonna catch them off them islands, and I'm driving down there the first day and I'm gonna go over and fish, and I'm like, what the heck, them things is in Canada. So I didn't realize how much I fished in Canada in the past. It's still fine. I mean, we got 92 miles of river, US only, but it's still 92 miles of river to fish. So plenty of water to fish. It would have been nice to have been able to fish both, but hey, it is what it is. Just gotta stay US side. I don't really know my way around here very good. I'm trying to find a boat ramp. I've only been to St. Lawrence River one time, and it was the year when I started. I wanted to qualify for back then the elites were called the BP Top 100, and so I wanted to fish that and the Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse Tour back then, FLW Tour, and I wanted to fish both of them. And so I came up here, there was an open, some guy named Kevin Van Dam won it,
back in 2000. I fished that one. I had a pretty good tournament. I don't know exactly where I finished. Got me off to a good start in the open. It's kind of like coming full circle. I'm coming back after all these years. A bag of ice. The small one. I feel like I'm late. It's daylight. Try to fish daylight till dark here. It'll wear you out. Man, it's just neat to be back up in this country. I love this country. People think of New York as New York City business, all that construction. Man, this is some of God's creation at its finest right up here in upstate New York. It's just beautiful habitat, awesome fishing, rivers, streams, lakes, all that. Awesome place to be. In Major League Fishing, it's all about finding schools of fish, concentrations of fish, areas where you can get a lot of bites. And that's what I like about a rage swimmer is it's a bait you can wind. You know, that's why Thunder Cricket has been so good on Major League Fishing, because it's a bait that you can cover a lot of water, catch a lot of fish. This feels really weird not having a clue where I'm at. I don't know if, like right now, I don't have a clue. It's definitely a fun challenge. Two things you don't see in a rod. You don't see durability and sensitivity. It's usually one or the other. Lou's Signature Series has got them both. Even the little ones aren't little. I'm fighting little tubs. He would make it on the score tracker. They're fat, chubs. Ooh. 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 I try to qualify for everything there is to qualify for. Redcrest, heavy hitters, every cup, advanced knockout rounds, championship rounds. It isn't always gonna happen, but that's my goal every time. At the beginning of the year, they say, what goals do you set for Angler of the Year, all that? My goals aren't really Angler of the Year. It's just to fish as hard as I can, honor God in the process, and leave the results up to Him, and hope and pray that I can qualify for those championships.
The past 2 days was good. It was really good, but that's what you expect at this place. So even though you call it good practice, I got a lot of bites, caught a lot of big ones. That's what it's gonna take. I mean, that's what they're catching today. They're catching a lot of fish and a lot of big ones. So good is relative here, because it can be so good that good ain't good enough. This is the hardest knot in fishing. It ain't professional fishing, just in fishing in general, the FG knot. It's hard to say you didn't have a good practice just because of the type of fishery this is and how many bites you get. So I got a lot of bites. You know, I feel like I'm gonna catch a lot of fish. It's just, is my lot gonna be more than the other guy's lot? It's just such a good place to fish.
Practice was not what I wanted it to be. But you know, if you ask any pro at any event, how was practice? Unless we found a place to catch them every cast and they're all big, practice wasn't what we wanted it to be. So that's just the competitive nature in us. I caught some fish. I caught some nice ones. But I didn't find that place I feel like will sustain me for 4 days. And that's the ultimate goal. I mean, that's what, I feel like I caught enough fish to, we'll see what it does, but to win, it's gonna have to happen for me in the tournament. I've had lots of wins that way, where it's happened during the tournament. I wasn't expecting anything going in, but then I've had those wins to where I come back and I tell my wife, which is very rarely, maybe 2 or 3 times in my career have I done this. I'm like, I got a shot to win this one, really. That's the feeling that I want at the end of practice every time. We don't have that feeling right now. Well, feeling pretty good. We got the most rest that we've had since we've been here. Man, these days are long, but we have a late takeoff, which I'm glad we do. Needed the rest. Feel pretty good. Wish I'd have probably found a few more schools of fish. Most of what I found is picking them off one at a time, but that's the end of every practice. We always want to find the mother lode. Didn't really find that, but we're gonna have to work hard this week to get it done.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home.
Just a bad day. I mean, I can sit here and give you guys all the excuses you want to hear. I made some bad decisions. I got caught up on some bed fishing areas that just fish were acting goofy and all that, and I got a lot of more excuses, but hey, it is what it is. You got to keep this sport in perspective. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. I'm gonna work hard the next round. You can't give up. I just thought I had enough bedfish to get me through day one. It was a bad decision.
We're getting ready to make a long run in some rain and then hopefully catch some big old smallmouth. They caught a bunch of them yesterday, and today's our day. Not perfect smallmouth weather, but it is what it is. Man, we're going fishing, even if it's raining. I'm shooting for 100 pounds. That's a lot, but hopefully we can get there. So, I mean, my goal is just to have a good day on the water, you know?
Standing up tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We gonna take on the world.
How'd the day go? Well, I mean, I fought all day. I'm right there at the cut line, 1 pound out. So I guess you could say it was a good day. I tried to power fishing. We had good conditions, rain, a lot of wind, and it just took me too long to slow down.
Well, here it is. It's my off day. For the first time in a long time, I looked at my schedule for my off day today, and I don't have anything. I've been getting up at 3:30 and get off the water at like 9, so these days are really long and this old body's not getting any younger. So I got a good night's rest last night and I'm gonna go for a run. I try to run 2 days a week, sometimes it's 1 day a week, but I try to always get at least 1 day in per week running. I just run for 30 minutes. I don't have a set time. I very rarely can run a full 30 minutes. I usually have to stop and walk some in there. Got 2 bad ankles, college baseball stuff. And I know the importance from being an athlete that you gotta stay in good shape. And out here, we put as much torture on our bodies out here fishing than I did back in all my years of Division I college baseball. Tip for all you guys out there, it'll save you some money. I'm just gonna send the flower to my wife. Just pick a nice pretty flower, send it to her. Saves you about 50 to 100 bucks, and it also just lets her know that you're thinking about her. So she's my heartbeat. I've been with her since the 6th grade. I asked her to be my girlfriend in the 6th grade, and we've been together ever since. So just gonna send her a flower this morning.
That's got some sugar in it. Whew. This is what you call golf juice. It's gonna help me swing that golf club better.
So you get 5 shots each round.
I'm first.
And count your name.
Huh? Closest, so I already won.
You hit the side.
That was a good, that was quite a job, dude.
I'm gonna win without going in the hole. All right, off day here, so some of us are stopping by, playing the locals in a little golf challenge here. I wore the golf shirt, so I looked the part, but we was close a few times, making some really difficult putts, some really difficult chips. Different pros come in throughout the day, play against the locals. The locals are a lot better golfers than we are, that's for sure.
Well, here it is, day 2 at stage 5. St. Lawrence River. It's moving day for me. I don't like being in that position. However, it is what it is. I didn't have a good first day. I'm not going to moan about it. I'm not going to make a bunch of excuses. All I can do is put my head down and just work as hard as I can today and try to dig myself out of this hole. So I've got a lot of confidence today, good or bad, whatever it winds up, you know, my faith isn't in, you know, anything other than the guy that created all these fish. So if it's his time and he wants me to win, then I'm gonna be right here. I work as hard as I can. I try to honor him and I leave the results up to him. Sometimes we go through things that we don't like sometimes, and that may be his will for that situation, but his will is right in the middle of where I wanna be. Today didn't go anything like planned. I planned on catching 100 pounds today and catching back up, but I ended up having by far my worst major league fishing tournament of my Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour career. But listen, it's Sunday. We had a good fishing church service this morning. I'm not gonna let this tournament steal that joy away. I've been awful blessed in this sport. Yes, I had my worst tournament ever, but I've got a long way to go. I'm gonna go home and regroup with my wife. Everything's okay. I keep this sport in perspective, and I know you're gonna have bad ones, you're gonna have good ones, you're gonna have everything in between. This just happens to be my bad one. So work hard, finish strong.
We're 1 pound out of the cut. You know, I'm fired up. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna be running down that lake like 70 miles an hour, 65 miles, passing rocks, docks. I'm gonna turn into my first place. I'm gonna jump up on that trolling motor, and like a man, I'm gonna grab my little spinning rod and go tee-hee with my little 3-inch worm. That's what I'm gonna do. Because the other day I did that bait casting stuff for like 3 hours and it didn't work out. I was in like 39. So we're gonna start off slow and then go from there. Yeah, this is the look of a man that's whooped. The day was actually pretty good. It flowed pretty good. I stayed comfortable. I got above the cut line 15. One time I was 17 pounds above the cut, and I almost got too comfortable. I survived, that's all I know. We're all tied for first now. I'm tired, but I'm happy to get to go out there and do it again. I'm gonna have to move around a little bit tomorrow because I beat a couple areas to death today just to make it. We're good. Stressful day at the end, but other than that, we're good. It's all over now. So it is knockout day of the St. Lawrence River. As you can see, it's been a long week. Long boat rides. I ended up being right around the cut line, so it was a stressful day yesterday, but everything zeros today. It's time to go out there and see if we can make championship rounds. So the knockout round's a big deal. Again, for points, Redcrest points. I'm pretty good in the points right now, but it's just another day to move up. Everything zeroes out. Making the knockout rounds critical. If you can make more than 50% of them throughout the year, then chances are you're gonna make the championships and all that, which is a big deal to make championships. The goal today is to finish off a good event, top 20, and then move on to the next one. It's called a flogger. I don't know how I feel about it. I'd rather eat a bag of rocks than I had stick my head in a flogger and look down in the water. I just would. But I like money more than I like a bag of rocks, so I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to catch a fish. I've never done it before, probably won't do it today. Me and Ott and Edwin Evers' homemade version of them. If we need them, it's there. I probably won't use it, but if I gotta eat that bag of rocks, I'm going to. I had no preconceived notions that I had a chance to make the top, make the championship. I was just going out to have a good day and try to finish in the top half of the field like we talked about this morning, get good points. And then I got on a little run where I figured out a little wacky worm deal. It got good. It's like I was fishing whole new fish, even though these fish have been extremely pressured. That made things good, and then I got to thinking, there is a chance I could make it. It was down to the wire. Hey, I'm in 7th, and I catch a 3-pounder with 5 minutes to go. I'm thinking I'm good. This problem was the 2 people I didn't need to catch one caught like a 410 and a 5-pounder. So overall, good week. I caught 100 and something pounds of smallmouth. That's insane. In one day. That's insane. Great week. I'm disappointed I didn't make the championship because you never know what could happen, when you get back out there. But it was still a great overall event. You finished 11th. I'm happy, but I'm sad, but I'm happy, but I'm sad. But I am happy I get to go home. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Happy and sad all wrapped into one.